My 7-year-old asked me not to bring his dad to the school science fair. When Grant overheard why, I told him exactly what he'd spent 3 years doing to our son. The moment that broke me wasn't a fight, it was a flinch. Grant raised his voice in the kitchen, and I watched our 7-year-old press his back against the counter like he was trying to disappear into it. It lasted half a second. Caleb recovered quickly. Kids are good at that. But I saw it, that small, reflexive recoil. The kind your body develops when it already knows what's coming. That was the moment I stopped staying quiet. Grant has always been what people charitably call intense. Not violent, I want to be clear, but loud in a way that fills every room and leaves no air for anyone else. When Caleb was 5, he reached across the breakfast table and knocked over Grant's coffee mug. Just a kid being a kid. The mug shattered. Coffee spread across the tile. And Grant slammed both hands on the counter hard enough to rattle the dishes. Got right in Caleb's face and screamed at him about being careless and clumsy. Caleb stood there frozen, tears streaming silently, too scared to even say sorry. I pulled Grant into the hallway, told him he was terrifying our child. He looked at me like I was being dramatic and said, he needs to learn consequences. That's parenting. I should have pushed harder then. I didn't. What followed were years of small moments that didn't feel small at all. A spilled juice cup, a forgotten library book, a C on a spelling test, a bike left in the driveway. Each one met with the same explosion. Red face, bulging vein, lectures about responsibility and respect, and how Caleb would grow up useless if he didn't get it together. I started finding Caleb in his closet afterward, sitting in the dark, not even crying, just sitting. By the time he turned 7, he'd quietly stopped existing around his father. He stopped asking Grant for anything. Mom, can I go to Connors? Mom, is this outfit okay? Mom, did I do this right? Even for small things, what to eat for breakfast, he'd find me first, eyes drifting toward wherever Grant was in the house. Grant noticed. He'd mutter things like, why does he never come to me? Or, I guess I'm just the bad guy. But he never once asked himself why. 2 weeks ago, Caleb's school held a father-son science fair. Caleb had been sketching volcano ideas in a little notebook for weeks. The night before the event, they were working in the garage together. I was inside making dinner when I heard Grant's voice rising. I walked out to find baking soda scattered across the workbench and Grant screaming at Caleb about ruining everything. Caleb wasn't crying. He was just still, staring at the floor, completely hollow, already gone somewhere inside himself. I told Grant to go inside. He snapped that I was undermining him again. I said, we'll talk later. Go inside. He went, muttering. Caleb and I finished the volcano in almost total silence. The next morning, he asked quietly if I could take him to the fair instead of Dad. Why, buddy? Because if I mess something up, he'll get mad. Before I could respond, Grant was in the doorway. He wanted to know why Caleb was excluding him after all the work he'd put in. His voice climbed, and there it was, that flinch, that small, devastating recoil. I sent Caleb to his room. Then I turned to Grant and said everything. The coffee mug, the library book, the birthday party where Caleb cried opening his own gifts because he did it wrong, the closet, the way our son asks permission to breathe because he never knows what will set his father off. You've spent 3 years teaching him that mistakes mean explosions, I said. He's not being difficult. He is scared of you. Grant went quiet. Then, softly, I'm not my father. I don't hit him. He said it like that was the finish line. I took Caleb to the fair alone. His volcano won 3rd place, and he smiled the whole afternoon, wide and unguarded, the kind of smile I hadn't seen in longer than I want to admit. When we got home, Grant was still at the kitchen table exactly where I'd left him, staring at nothing. I don't know what comes next, but I know my son smiled today, and I know exactly why he so rarely does at home.